Hello guys, it's me Blaine here with Solo YGO. We are doing ourselves a wonderful zombie profile. This deck, I love my zombies. I haven't touched them since the ban list where Halka Fibrax got banned. That's how long it's been. And I had it was more of a pure punk zombie variant back then. It would lock you out. I'd have 5 things on board, able to scythe lock you every turn. It was nasty. Things got banned and I haven't touched it since I finally did. So here we go, let's get into it. Start off with the main starter in any zombie deck in today's day and age, Unizombie. Basically you can target a monster on the field, discard a card, and then that targeted monster's level goes up by 1. Then you could do the same thing, target a monster on the field, and then you could send a card from your deck to your graveyard, Foolish Burial, and make that level go up by 1. So level manipulation. Next up, we got the best girl in any zombie deck, Necroworld Banshee. When she's on the field, zombie world in the field zone cannot be destroyed by card effects, and neither player can target it with card effects, so she's good on field. And then when she's in the graveyard or on the field, you just quick effect banish herself and activate a zombie world directly from the deck. So your way to get the zombie world right on the field. And we got the best boss monster in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Doom King Ballardrock. Basically, if there is a field spell in either field zone during the standby phase and he's in the graveyard, he summons himself in defense position. And once per turn, you got 2 effects. Well, I guess it's twice per turn. Whenever a zombie monster activates an effect, you can negate that effect and also banish 1 monster on the field. It's good to do that stuff both times. You know, they hit you with an ash and you just negate that so you go through, or when you have zombie world on the field, they activate anything, you just banish it or negate it. It's fun. Next up, we got this beautiful quarter century secret rare golden boy. I only run one of them in the deck. He's just kind of there. He's good. I don't have a huge Eldritch engine, but he's a good boss monster. He's good removal, good recurl, good special summon, and also for other reasons that I have in this deck that we will soon see. I run one Changshi the Spirit Owl. Basically, she's an on-field Foolish Burial. You could send anything while she's on the field. Once per turn, you can send a zombie monster from hand or deck to the graveyard. But also, if she's banished, you can banish another zombie in your graveyard, special summon her, and then place her on the bottom of the deck when she leaves the field. So she can recur herself pretty good. She's also level 6, good for things we're going to need later. Vampire Freyr line, everyone's favorite vampire lady for battle protection. Basically, she's just a free special summon if the opponent attacks, and then you pay life points up to 3,000 per battle. Remember that part, per battle, so it's not once per turn, up to 3k, and the battling monster gains that much attack and defense. So if you're trying to attack for game, you swing up on her and do that. Usually just good protection. Next up, I got a couple of the newer cards that were released. I got one copy of Ghost Sleeper, the Underworld Princess. If she's sent to the graveyard in any way, shape, or form, you can add a Ghost Fusion from your deck to your hand. If she's in the graveyard, except for the turn that she was sent there, you can banish her and discard a card, and then target one of your banished level 4 or higher zombie monsters, and then add it to your hand. So she can recur. She adds Ghost Fusion. I got a Ghost Lancer. So if your opponent controls a monster, you could special summon him from your hand. Basically, a zombie version of Cyber Dragon. He can't be destroyed by battle except for monsters special summoned from the extra deck. And then if he attacks a defense position monster, he inflicts piercing damage. He's usually just fodder for other things. We got Ghost Weaver, the Underworld Dragon. So if he's normal or special summon, you add a Ghost Fusion from your deck to your hand. Then during the end phase, if he is currently banished and was banished this turn, you could take 1 level 2 or lower zombie tuner from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. There's only like a few that ever seen play, and here's the newest one. So we got Mad Mauler. His name becomes Plague Spreader Zombie while on the field or in the graveyard, so if you're going for synchro plays that need specifically that, he can pull it off. If he's in the graveyard, you target a level 6 or higher monster you control, reduce its level by 2, and if you do, special summon him. And also the player who summoned it cannot special summon monsters except zombies while he is face up on the in the monster zone, which, oh well, we like zombies. It's a zombies deck. One Gozoki. It's always good to have one. You can, while he's on the field, it's just foolish burial a zombie from your deck to the graveyard, and if he is sent to the graveyard, you can banish a zombie monster from the grave, except for himself, and special summon a zombie from your hand. So, good for keeping the board alive. One Glow Up Bloom. So if it's sent to the graveyard, you can banish it and add one level 5 or higher zombie monster. As you see, I got a bunch so far. From deck to hand, or if Zombie World's in the field zone, you can special summon it from your deck instead. And then either case, it says you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except for zombies. Like we care about that, it's a zombie deck. One Mizuki, you can banish him from the graveyard, target a zombie in the grave, and special summon it. One Al Ghul Mazura. So basically, he's pretty good. Zombie monster or monsters would be destroyed by battle or card effects. So say you got a bunch of monsters that hit you with Raigeki and he's in your graveyard, you can banish him from hand or graveyard. So if he's in your hand also, and protect them. And then also, if he is banished from your hand or graveyard, you could special summon him and reduce his level by 1. So he recurs himself a lot. You just summon him, throw him in the graveyard for link summons, synchro summons. They go to destroy something by battle or by card effect. He banishes himself and then summons himself. It is a recurring loop. People get annoyed with it. Got one Ghost Bell, always good. And one Ash Blossom. We know what she do, always good. Next up, I run a small danger package with the Danger Noodle, the Danger Rabbit, and the Danger Loch Ness. These three just kind of rotate themselves around. They're not bad. They just enable extra summons and other plays to come. Next up, small punk package. Got 2 Z-Ammons. So you pay 600 life points, add a punk monster from deck to hand except for Z-Ammon, and if it's sent to the graveyard, you target a punk monster you control and it gains 600 attack. That's a permanent gain, by the way. One Deer Note. So you reveal him and another punk monster, special summon either the revealed one or himself, and then send the other to the graveyard. And then if he's sent from field to graveyard and target a punk monster in your graveyard that isn't level 5, special summon it, but you can't special summon him like that, or can't special summon him specifically for the rest of the turn. By that wording, it sounds like they're probably going to give us another level 5 punk someday. Who knows? Got 2 Foxy Tunes. Basically, her and the other level 8, you can tribute a punk monster, special summon them. She has an on-field attack. When she destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can gain life points to that monster's opponent original attack. Nobody uses her for that, though. We all use her for the main effect of sending her and another card to the graveyard, which works well in zombies because you want them engraved. And you can special summon another punk monster, except for a level 8 from your deck. And then one Ghost Ogre, or Punk, no Punk Ogre Dance, my bad. Beautiful collector's rare, by the way. He's got the same effect as Foxy Tune to special summon itself, but no one does that. Sometimes they do. But once per turn, also, when an opponent's monster activates a monster effect, you make him gain attack equal to that monster's original attack. It's good for OTK stuff, I guess, or protecting himself in battle, but not that useful. But usually what people use him for is discarding him to add a punk monster that isn't level 8. Your Z-Ammon or Deer Note, depending on what you know. And then I got a couple extenders here. Destrudo, the Lost Dragon's Prison. So basically you pay, if he's in your hand or grave, you pay half your life points, target a level 6 or lower monster you control, special summon this, and if you do, his level is reduced by that monster's levels, so basically good for level 6 synchro or link plays. And then he goes to the bottom of the deck if it leaves the field, if you summon him, and you can only do that once per turn. And then an Assault Synchron. He's a free special summon. Yeah, he takes 700 damage, but some of the cards I run, punks, they get taken damage anyway, so I don't mind that. And that's basically what I use him for. He's just extra fun. Ghost Fusion. So this is where the punks and even Assault Synchron come into play. Fusion summon a fusion monster from your extra deck, only using monsters you control as material, and if your life points are lower than your opponent's, you can banish up to one zombie monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard as material. This is how I turbo out the angry golden boy. I make my life points lower, and then I can get that extra effect. The most important card in all zombie decks, Zombie World. Turns everything on the field and graveyards into zombies. This messes with Fire Kings, Tri-Brigade, anything that specifically needs zombies. Also, it stops Fluunderies in their tracks because neither player can tribute summon monsters except for zombies. One Dark Ruler no more. Got that beautiful Rarity Collection one. Super Poly. We're playing Zombie World. Drago Necro Nether Soul's a thing. He's got a crazy name too. Call by the Grave should be at 3. One Elixir Black Awakening just to turbo out my Golden Boy. A Shadow's Light. So this one for BLMR. Target a dark monster you control. You can special summon one light monster from your deck or extra deck with the same original type and level. You can banish this card from your graveyard during your main phase this turn. You can normal summon one light or dark monster in addition to your normal summon. A lot of the main monsters in this deck are light or dark. A lot of zombies are earth, but most of mine are dark. I have stuff in my extra deck to use with this. Apparently you can't conduct your battle phase the turn you activate that, but oh well, we're zombies. Next, a copy of Duality. Quick play version. Tribute a light or dark monster. Special summon light or dark monster from your hand or extra deck with the same original type and level, but a different original attribute. I got that stuff. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your grave and target one light or one dark monster in your grave. Shuffle both back into the deck and draw one card. So, Recursion, Draw Force, and cheating out extra deck monsters. Foolish Burial, it's zombies. We want our stuff in the grave. Then one Elixir Scarlet Sanguine. It's just another way to get Eldritch on the field. That's really all I use it for. And then one Eradicator Epidemic Virus. Doom King's coming back every turn as long as there's a field spell. I don't care if I tribute him. I'm getting rid of your spells and traps for 3 turns. On to the extra deck. So one Skeletal Dragon Felgrand. Not only can I generally synchro into him regularly, but he's also something I can hit with Duality or Shadow's Light by tributing my Ballardrock. He's a level 8 zombie light type. When he's special summoned, you target a monster on the opponent's side of the field and banish it. And then if a monster is special summoned from either graveyard while he's on the field, you can target one other face-up monster on the field and negate its effects until the end of the turn. So not only recurring, because we're zombies, recurring negation, but he's also a banish on summon. Immortal Dragon. So during the main phase, you could send one zombie from your deck to your graveyard. If you do, his level becomes the difference in its original levels of that monster in this. So say I send Ballardrock with it, he becomes a level 2. Say I send Unizombie, he becomes level 3. So level manipulation. But also while he's in the graveyard and a zombie monster is destroyed by battle, you can special summon it, but it banishes itself when it leaves the field. It's a good card. And I got my generic synchros coming up. I got a Cyframe Lord Omega, Deer Note plus any of the level 3 monsters. It doesn't need zombies. It's good. We know what Omega do. We like him. Psychic and Punisher. The Punk package loves its level 11 synchros. I'm not going to not throw this in here because I'd be decreasing my life points as it is. Baron de Floor. Assault Synchron, I can go into her pretty easily, so might as well. And which version is this? This is just the Ultra from the Rarity Pack. I got a couple others. A Borreload Savage. We do link plays. We'll have link monsters in the graveyard sometimes, and going into him isn't too hard. Gashadokuro, the Skeletal Mayakashi. So this comes into play if I'm more locked into special summoning zombies. He's a powerful level 11 synchro monster. If a link monster in your possession is destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect while he's in the graveyard, you can banish one other zombie from your graveyard and special summon him. And if he's special summoned from the graveyard, that's just any point, not only his only effect. This turn, he becomes unaffected by other cards' effects. So if you just recur him from the graveyard, he's just going to be unaffected all the time. And then a Red Eyes Zombie Dragon Lord. He is a Duality and Shadow's Light target for Eldritch if I don't go into the fusion version of him. He's level 10 Dark Zombie, Eldritch being a level 10 Light, you know what I'm saying? And during the opponent's turn, quick effect, you target one zombie monster in your graveyard except for himself, special summon it. That's how I used to zombie lock or scythe lock people. I would get him on board, scythe and graveyard with zombie world, and just scythe lock them. And if he's in the graveyard, you can banish one zombie monster you control, special summon him, and you can use each effect once per turn. On to some link monsters. Avenged Savior. He's a good link too. I don't use him for the Avenged effect because he's the only one in this entire deck. But during damage calc, if he battles an opponent's monster, quick effect, you can send one zombie monster from your deck to the grave, and the opponent's monster loses attack equal to the level of the monster times 200. So if you send a golden boy, they're losing 2,000 attack until the end of the turn. YUGIOH, the Absolute Zero Mayakashi, the most busted rank 4 in the zombie world. You can only control one of her. Negate any activated effects of your opponent's banished monsters. So if you're going against Flew Under Ease and you don't have Zombie World on board, this shuts them down also. And then if a monster is special summoned from the graveyard or a monster effect is activated in the graveyard except during damage step, you can target one other face-up monster on the field, change its attack to 0, and negate its effects permanently, and you can do that twice per turn. Not once, but twice. So that's making the opponent's monsters 0 vanillas permanently twice per turn. Vampire Sucker. The best vampire girl. I'm sorry, you're cool, but Vampire Sucker's better. Good link too for zombies. And if you would tribute summon, you could tribute tribute summon for a zombie monster. You could tribute an opponent's monster that they control, even though you do not control it. So say I want to, tribute summon Baller Drock for whatever reason. I tribute one of yours and one of mine, and it's good. But also, you could target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to your opponent's field and defense, but it becomes a zombie. It's probably going to have Zombie World anyway. But if a zombie monster is special summoned from either graveyard, draw one card. She procs her own effect, and it's glorious during standby phase when Baller Drock comes back, because then you draw another one. Then the last link monster, Vampire Fascinator. So if she's link summoned, you can target a monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon to your field and defense. But for the rest of the turn, you can only special summon zombies. Oh well, we're going to just link climb into YUGIOH with that. But if you tribute, you could tribute one vampire monster, target one monster your opponent controls, take control of it to the end phase. So you just tribute herself, I guess, and take control of the opponent's monster. She's more for link climbing things. Then I got my Eldritch Mad Golden Lord decks that can't deal with cards immune to battle and destruction have a real hard time with him because he's 3,800, 3,500 beat stick, and he could tribute a zombie monster and target a face-up monster opponent controls and take control of it, and that for the rest of this turn it cannot attack or activate its effects. You're still able to use them after that. And he's big, can't be destroyed. He's hard to deal with. Unchained can't do nothing. Dragonecro Nether Soul Dragon, he's the super poly target. Put a Zombie World on the field, hit him with a super poly. He's got a really weird effect, so monsters cannot be destroyed by battle with him, and at the end of the damage step, if he battled a monster that has an original level, so anything that's not a Link or Xyz, that monster's attack becomes 0, and then if it's still face up on the field, it should be, you special summon a Dark Soul token that its level and attack become equal to the original level and attack of that monster. So you swing him into something that's got 2900 attack with a level. Now it becomes 0 and you get a 2900 attack beat stick token. And the last card in the extra deck, Zombie Vampire. 2 level 8 monsters. If you use a monster with a level that is owned by the opponent for the XE summon, so say you steal a level 4, you could treat it as level 8. Neither player can target this card and effects of special summon. Oh, this card with effects of special summon. So extra deck stuff basically, except unless they were special summoned with the graveyard. And you can detach 1 material from him. Each player sends the top 4 of their deck to the graveyard, and if any monsters were sent to the graveyard by this effect, I can special summon one of those monsters to the field. That's either player's graveyard. On to my side deck. Phantasme. SP Little Knight is a thing. That's all I need to say. Another Nessie to add in the danger package. I got a second Golden Boy, just in case I want to spring in more Eldritch plays. Another Ghost Lancer. He's probably the only one just because he's a free special summon. And it's not a once per turn special summon, so if I have 2 and the opponent has 1 monster, I could summon both of them, it looks like. A couple more Ash Blossoms. A Ghost Bell. Another Shadow's Light, just because depending on what I'm doing, you know, what the matchup is. Zombie Reborn. It's a pretty good spell card. You target a zombie monster in either graveyard, banish 1 monster, same name from your deck or extra deck, and you do special summon that's targeted monster to your field, and if it's in your graveyard, and shuffle it. Shuffle 1 of your banished zombies into the deck, and if you do, set this card, but banish it when it leaves the field, so you can get 2 uses out of this for free. Elixir of White Destiny, you know, for more Eldritch stuff. Another Super Poly. Rivalry of the Warlords, just because it's only at 1, and it's not a main deck thing, but if you draw into it, the opponents are going to have a bad day. Another Eradicator, because why not? A Shiranui style Swallow Slash. It's literally the what is that? Sword Soul Blackout of zombies. It's been here longer. You tribute a zombie monster, target 2 cards on the field, destroy them, then banish a Shiranui monster from your deck. I got some Shiranuis. Actually, I don't think I have any in this, so I might not be able to play that, but I don't use it as often. And then Conquistador, just, you know, just Eldritch plays. But yeah, that is the... I call this a zombie mashup because it's got Tiny Danger and it's got a Tiny Punk package, but that's my zombie deck profile, incorporating some of the new stuff. Been experimenting with it for a couple of days, trying to see how it runs. Before I go, I'm going to ask, what is your guys' favorite all-time zombie monster? We all got to have one. Zombies are so cool. Yeah, and put the answer down below in the comment section.
Pyramid Turtle.
Pyramid Turtle is a good classic. Mine?
I like his toes.
Honestly, I'm going to have to say my favorite zombie monster of all time, Eldritch the Mad Golden Lord. The angry Golden Boy, just because he's angry.
Hero after activation.
Basically. But yeah, like, subscribe, share to your friends, all that good fun stuff. Thank you for joining and watching. And hopefully we'll be able to showcase some of these deck profiles of mine. I don't think I've showcased this one or my Lair of Darkness deck. Hopefully we'll be able to do that soon for you guys. Thanks for coming. Later.